Here we have a cubic equation and we're being asked to show that f of 1 is equal to 0. So we just need to replace x by 1 here. F of 1 is going to equal 2 times 1 cubed plus 3 times 1 squared minus 8 times 1 plus 3. That gives me 2, because 1 cubed is just 1, plus 3 minus 8 plus 3, which is 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 3 is 8, so it's 8 minus 8, so it is equal to 0. Solve the equation f of x equals 0. Right, actually we're going to use part 1 here, because by the factor theorem, it must be that x minus 1 is a factor. This results from the fact that f of 1 is equal to 0. So that means that x minus 1 divides fully into this cubic. So now you just need to do a division of your choice to be able to work out what's left when you do x minus 1 into 2x cubed plus 3x squared minus 8x plus 3. I'm going to go with old-fashioned polynomial division here, which you may or may not be familiar with. So if you've seen this for the first time, it might not make sense, but if you have it, it hopefully will. So x's into 2x cubed go 2x squared. I'm just dividing them. I always line it up into the same columns and then multiply back through by both of these. So 2x cubed minus 2x squared. And then subtract these. This gives me 0. This gives me 5x squared. Bring down the 8x. X's into 5x squared go 5x. Multiply back through. 5x squared minus 5x. Minus it. That's minus 8x minus 5x is minus 3x. Bring the 3 down. Finally, x is into minus 3x go minus 3. Multiply back through. Minus 3x plus 3, which gives us 0. And the consequence of this is that if we're solving f of x equals 0, we're going to get that we've just basically shown that the cubic is actually equal, let's write this out actually, 2x cubed plus 3x squared minus 8x plus 3 equals 0. But we've just basically shown that the cubic can be written as x minus 1 multiplied by 2x squared plus 5x minus 3. It's a bit like saying that 8 over 4 is equal to 2, so 8 is equal to 2 times 4. Because this cubic divided by x minus 1 is equal to this, so it must be that x minus 1 times the quadratic equals the cubic. This is in a good place now, so I'm solving this. I've got a linear factor and I've got a quadratic. I just need to continue to try to factorize the quadratic. You could use your calculator, but let's give it a go and see if it factorizes first of all. So the only things that if it factorizes are 2x and x, and then I need a 3 and a 1. A 1 and a 3 here. Will that work? Well, I'll get 6x, and I'll get x. So that will work if I make this plus 3 and minus 1, and this is equal to 0. So x equals 1, and then when this bracket is 0, x is equal to a half, or minus 3. And that's my answer, these 3 solutions. Hence solve this equation here. It is essentially the same, but now I'm replacing x by sine theta. So let's write this down. Just going to grab the question. So let t equals sine theta. Then we're going to get 2t cubed plus 3t squared minus 8t plus 3 equals 0. And this is what we just solved a minute ago. So t equals 1, a half, or minus 3. So that means that sine theta equals 1, a half, or minus 3. Right, but for sine theta, we know that sine theta actually varies between 1 and minus 1. So let me do it. I'm doing it between 0 and 360. So here's some key angles. But it goes between minus 1 and 1. This is the range of values. And so I can reject the minus 3. It's not possible for me to get minus 3. Let's deal with it one at a time. Sine theta equals 1. Implies that theta is equal to 90 degrees, actually. This is one worth knowing. It's going to be this value here, halfway between 0 and 180. If you're not sure about that, of course, you can do inverse sine of 190. And there's no other values in the range 0 to 360. So that's one of my answers. And then I'm just left with sine theta equals a half. All right, and that's going to give me theta equals, actually, this is an exact value that you might know. You get 30 degrees right here. Or by symmetry, you get 180 minus 30. That is the trickiest one, which is 150 degrees. Again, if you weren't sure about that, of course, you can do inverse sine of a half or 0.5, and we'll get 30. And then just to check that 150 works, you can do a sine of 150, and again, you get a half. But try and learn the symmetries of the curve. So overall, theta is equal to 30 degrees, 90 degrees, or 150 degrees. And those are the three answers.